Looks like a plucked chicken. Time to get up, Doctor. Doctor. How much sleep did you get anyway?
Must have been a couple hours, I guess.
Here, put this round you. Oh, put it round you.
Okay.
Where were you?
Well, a house call. The Henderson kid swallowed a quarter.
Get it back?
Some of it.
Some of it?
He swallowed 2 dimes and a nickel.
How am I, Doctor?
Still pregnant. But don't worry, Peggy. The condition is not chronic. You come in now, Joe.
How is she, Doctor? Is she okay?
Joe, everything's going to be just fine. Here, let's see. There we are.
You wanted to take some more pills?
No, you. She tells me you haven't been sleeping very well.
That's right, Doctor. He goes to bed and tosses and turns. Well, sometimes he doesn't drop off till 11 o'clock.
Take one of these at bedtime, and please, Joe, try to relax. Now, I have scheduled an appointment for you for this same time next week, but I may be seeing you before then.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, if it's a boy, we're going to name him after you.
What you looking so happy about? They settled their bill?
I just got paid in full. Anyone else out there?
Nope. I fixed it so you can sit down and have a nice hot lunch.
Thank you, Emma, but I'm afraid I can't stay. I've got to run out and take a look at those stitches I put in Herb Swanson's hand last week.
What was the chicken farmer doing, fooling around with a power saw anyway?
Well, didn't you hear? He's gone into the antique business on the side.
Herb's selling antiques.
No, making them.
You know, you look like something the cat dragged in and forgot. You need a rest.
All doctors need a rest.
Well, maybe you'll get some. Now you're finally getting some help. I got the new doctor's room all ready.
Good. Now, if he shows up when I'm not here, tell him to make himself right at home. And, a turkey sandwich and a pickle in my bag? Did you put a turkey sandwich and a pickle in my bag?
Well, I knew you wouldn't have enough sense to eat a hot meal.
Emma, what drives you to take such good care of me,
I look on it as a public service. You may not be much, but you're the only doctor we got.
Oh, I've got to get out of here. It makes me nervous when you get that emotional. Doctors have lousy handwriting. Have gone shopping. New doctor upstairs having a nap. Nap. Say, I thought I'd like to welcome you to...
Don't be embarrassed. I'm a doctor. see you're a whiz at anatomy. I'm Michael Griffin. Oh, here. Put this around your shoulders. You look cold.
I'm afraid that there's been a mistake.
That's what my father said when I was born. He wanted a boy. I guess I failed the boy test completely.
But he called you Michael.
Pop's a stubborn man. Your lather's drying.
What?
You...
Oh, yes. Thank you. I think we'd better have a little talk.
Dinner'll be ready in 15 minutes. I like it, but you think it's really you?
She's female.
Isn't she, though?
Well, she can't stay, of course.
How come you're so against women doctors?
Who said I was?
You sound mighty prejudiced to me.
I'm not prejudiced.
Glad to hear it.
That smells good. Hi, see you dressed for dinner.
Room comfortable, Doctor?
Well, I don't have much use for the pipe rack, but everything else is fine.
Dr. Griffin, I think there's something I'd better explain to you.
Yes.
Well, to begin with, I'd like you to know that I personally have nothing at all against women doctors.
Well, that's big of you, Doctor.
I'm sure that there are many fine female physicians. I don't want you to think that I'm in any way prejudiced because...
Some of your best friends are women doctors.
No, because I'm not prejudiced.
Well, good. Now, maybe you better get to the point.
Oh, yes. Wendell Falls is a very small town. Now, they simply would not accept you.
They?
Mm-hmm. The residents here. Well, ask Emma, she'll tell you. I'm right, aren't I?
I don't know. They got used to you. I'm sure they could get used to anything.
Haven't you something you have to do?
No.
You can see for yourself. It's a conservative little New England town. These people are very, very ordinary, old-fashioned, simple folk.
Excuse me while I get the straw out of my hair.
It's not like practicing medicine back in the big city. Oh, no. Here, gaining their acceptance and their trust is just as important as being a good MD.
That's all very interesting. But what you're trying to tell me is that I've come over 400 miles for nothing.
Well, I'm afraid you rather brought that on yourself now, didn't you? You mentioned nothing about being a pretty girl.
I wasn't putting in an application for a beauty contest. I thought you wanted a good doctor, regardless of race, color, creed, or sex. My qualifications are exactly as stated in the letter.
Then I'm afraid there's nothing more to be discussed, is there, Dr. Griffin? It simply wouldn't work out. Oh, of course, I realize you've had a long drive down here, and you are more than welcome to stay the night.
Thank you.
Now, look, the prejudice is on the part of the town, not me. I am just as progressive as the next MD.
Oh, I'm sure you gave up leeches and bloodletting months ago.
Dinner's ready.
I really don't need your help. I can handle the luggage myself.
That's okay. This is one part of the country where certain jobs are still taken care of by the man. Wow, this is some car.
Graduation present from my father.
Loaded.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he is.
I meant the car. But I'll bet he is. You don't look like the sort of girl who's ever had to rough it.
You're going to need some help with that.
Oh, I can handle this. I put myself through school. One of the jobs I had was being a porter.
That's very touching. But you're still going to need some help with that.
Look, just loosen that last strap. What on earth was in that trunk anyway?
Trophies I won for horse riding.
You mean I got a badly sprained wrist because of some stupid riding trophies?
Don't forget the assorted lacerations and contusions on your...
I know where they are, Emma. Would you please get on with it?
You don't want me to leave any scars, do you?
Not that it would matter much. Not too many people are going to see them.
Emma, will you please get out of here?
Now, no need to be embarrassed. I'm a mother. Hey, that girl can really sew.
I hear the doc had an accident. What happened?
Oh, why don't we just sell tickets, huh?
Fell through some glass in my potted chrysanthemums.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Well, the pots can be replaced, but the mums were ruined.
Say, that's real neat stitching.
Charlie, we're not looking for a second opinion.
Maybe you better wait outside.
Well, it's getting kind of late. I just wanted to ask Emma if she wanted to see a movie show tonight.
Not now, Charlie. Can't you see we're operating?
Well, okay. But you needn't be so high-hat, Emma. Just remember, there aren't many of us eligibles left, you know.
Can you get me a mirror, Mrs. Burton?
What do you want that for?
I thought you might want to check my work.
No, I'll take your word for it.
Well, looks like we'll be needing a doctor around here for a couple of days. A healthy one. Isn't that so, Doctor?
Yes, I suppose so. Can you stay?
You mean you're really going to put your patients in the care of little old feminine me?
Oh, I'll be right there making sure you don't make a mistake, all right.
What's got there, Fred?
X-rays. 2 sets.
You're not going to try and pull that old joke again, are you? Doctor hasn't gone for that one in 2 years.
Well, looks as if we have a full house this morning. Hi, Doc. How's the wrist? Coming along just fine, thank you. Now, just give us a couple of minutes and then start sending him in, will you? Dr. Griffin is about to get her first lesson regarding the behavior of residents of small towns. Well, good morning, Doctor. Making yourself right at home?
I'm trying to. You're a little short on equipment, aren't you?
Well, I realize it's not the Mayo Clinic, but,
Don't you believe in the modern diagnostic tools, Doctor?
yes, I do, but I also believe in staying out of debt.
Sounds very un-American. Are the patients waiting?
Yes. I'll be over here, out of the way. If you want to ask me anything, just go right ahead.
Looks like I'll have to. Your files are a mess. This first patient, Joshua Meeker, his visit seems sporadic. He needs regular medication, Doctor.
If you can get him in here every week, you're a better man than I am.
Oh. Take off your clothes, Mr. Meeker.
You're kidding.
This is Dr. Griffin, Mr. Meeker. She's perfectly qualified to examine you.
Listen, who cares?
Please sit down.
You got softer hands than the doc.
All right, now take a deep breath.
Smell a whole lot better, too.
Mr. Meeker.
Call me Josh.
All right, Josh. The only way we can make you better is if you come to see us more often.
Well, I'll come back tomorrow.
Well, that won't be necessary.
The day after.
Now, Lisa, you've got to understand that cosmetics only aggravate your skin condition.
I can't do a thing with her, Doctor. The minute she leaves the house, she slaps that goop on her face.
It's not going to clear up unless you stop using makeup.
I can't make the scene looking like a freak. Besides, I get the feeling I'm the only teenager in America with acne that's terminal.
That's how I felt when I had it. You're wrong, Lisa.
You had it.
Sure did. That's how I know how you feel. Now, I want you to send away for something.
More ointment junk?
No, the medication that Dr. Newley gave you was fine. This is a certain type of makeup.
You mean I can use makeup?
On some occasions.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Don't blame Dr. Newley, Lisa. It's something only a woman would know. Do you have the x-rays there, Mr. Huggins?
Sure have.
Thank you. That's very interesting.
What do I have, Doctor?
Well, I don't know what you have, Mr. Huggins, but your horse has a kidney infection.
This the doctor's? Oh, hello there, Joe. Peggy gone into labor? Now, calm down, Joe. When did it start? I'll tell him. Now, don't worry. He'll be right over. Young Peggy Tyler just went into labor. I better tell the doctor.
Justice Proctor, he ever delivered a baby with one hand before?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I better go. How do I get there?
Well, you go down the end of Main Street.
What was the phone?
Young Peggy Tyler just went into labor.
Oh, good. I'll get dressed.
No need for that. Dr. Griffin went out.
And you let her go?
Well, she's a doctor, isn't she? Seems she proved that today.
Well, maybe tonight I'll prove that you have to be more than just a doctor in Wendell Falls.
What are you driving at?
She'll never make it to the farm.
Why not?
Ah. Thank you.
Well, nice to see you in a good mood for a change.
Well, a birth is a happy occasion, Emma.
Need anything else?
Yes. I would like to have one large, soft pillow for my stitches. Nice try, Doc, but you're a couple of miles short. I'll pick you up on the way back. Now, take it easy, Joe. Everything's going to be just fine. Where's the little lady?
She's in there, Doc.
Tell you what you do. Why don't you make yourself useful and put on a fresh pot of coffee, huh?
Well, sure, Doc.
Joe, there is nothing at all for you to worry about, believe me. Peggy, how you feeling, honey?
Oh, just fine,
I'll be
Doctor.
right with you. Okay. How far apart are the pains, Joe?
Well, they stopped, Doc.
Stop? Maybe a false alarm. Well, we'll soon know.
Look, Doc,
Joe, I know what you're going to say. You're sorry you got me out here in the middle of the night. Well, don't worry about it at all. Believe me, I am only a phone call away. Now, you stay right here, and I'll call you if I need you. Okay, here.
It's a strong, healthy boy. You can check him if you want to.
How did you get here?
She rode Bertha over, Doc.
Bertha, that plow horse? Bareback?
I didn't get those riding trophies for nothing.
Isn't she terrific, Doc?
Okay, I'll admit it. That was a tricky delivery. You're a good doctor. Hey, you asleep? Well, you deserve it. There's something about a woman working around the kitchen. Something...
Feminine?
Okay, feminine. You're a very pretty girl, Doctor.
Are you always so mellow this early in the morning?
Oh, sorry. I guess I just slipped out. Tell me something. What made you decide to practice medicine in a small town?
You mean what's a nice girl like me doing in a place like this?
Let's declare a truce, just for tonight.
It's a deal.
What I'm getting at is that most young doctors these days are not interested in practicing in rural areas. We can't even staff our country hospitals anymore. Seems we can't compete financially with the larger cities.
That's one of the reasons I came here. The money thing is secondary. I think it's much more important to be, well, needed. I guess that sounds corny, huh?
No. Just young and very refreshing.
Well, it's not pure altruism. Ever since I was a kid, my idea of a doctor was somebody who helped people. You know, the whole human being. Figured by practicing as a GP in a small town, I'd have that opportunity. How about you? Why Wendell Falls?
Oh, that's easy. I was born and raised here, so when I got out of medical school, I just naturally gravitated home.
You have no regrets?
No, I like it here. I like these people. Well, they've got their faults, but they're not phony, and I like that. Besides, I feel needed here. Mind you, it took a certain amount of time to convince them of that.
Why?
Well, I suppose it's not easy putting your life in the hands of the kid who used to deliver your morning paper.
You're an attractive man, Tim. I'm surprised somebody didn't marry you years ago.
So am I.
Didn't she even come close?
Yeah, once I did. It boiled down to a choice between a career and me. Well, I guess the career won out.
I'm sorry.
No need to be. A couple of years ago, she won the Pulitzer Prize.
And you?
My scars hardly show at all anymore.
But you still resent independent women.
After tonight, that could all very easily change.
Oh,
What's the matter?
I got a crick in my neck.
Oh, I can fix that. You know, I specialize in cricks in the neck. Let's see now. Yeah, isn't that better?
My neck is my Achilles heel.
Josh was right. You do smell better than I do.
Up pretty early, aren't we?
Oh. Matter of fact, we were just on our way to bed.
Well, don't let me interrupt anything.
I am tired. Good night, Tim.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Proctor.
Good night. You two look pretty cozy there.
I was simply rubbing her neck.
Well, it's a step in the right direction.
Good night, Emma.
She gonna stay?
We'll see.
Fine. I'll tell the doctor. And congratulations, Peggy.
Morning, Emma. What's for breakfast?
Eggs or hotcakes?
Oh, thank you for letting me sleep in. I know how much that cost you. You think it's sinful for anyone to stay in bed after 6 in the morning?
Well, you had a big night. Come to any decision yet?
Yes. I'd like the hotcakes.
Oh, I meant about Dr. Michael.
Oh, her. Very interesting girl.
Yes. She's gonna make someone a very good wife.
She might at that.
Pity you're not a few years younger.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I was thinking of what happened to Harvey Rayburn when he married that young widow. Heart attack right in the middle of his honeymoon. How many hotcakes you want?
Harvey Rayburn was 82 years old.
That's what I meant. Should have known better.
Well, it may come as a surprise to you, but I happen to be still in full control of all my faculties and most of my muscles. Besides, my interest in Dr. Griffin is purely professional.
Then why are you getting so het up?
Emma, how long have you been working with me?
Going on 15 years. Why?
You're beginning to get on my nerves.
Well, what do you know? You really do like her.
Why, an old man like me? Don't be silly. To me, sex is just a gender. Any interesting calls?
Young Peggy Tyler called. Tickled pink about having a boy.
Oh, well, I'm on my way to Medford to do a little work at the clinic. Why don't I run in and see them on the way back?
Peggy says young Michael's doing just fine.
Young who?
Michael. They're naming the baby after Dr. Griffin. Isn't that nice?
Why, it's a nice enough name, I suppose.
The full name is Michael Timothy Tyler, so you needn't look so sour. Well, I mean, at least you're in there somewheres. Aren't you going to eat your hotcakes?
No, I haven't got the time.
Aren't you going to talk to Dr. Griffin about today's patients?
Dr. Griffin seems to be able to manage quite well on her own.
Never mind all that. I came here to see the real doc.
I'm trying to see what Dr. Newley is treating you for, Mr. Sweeney.
That's none of your business. Now, just give me my medicine.
Well, there seems to be a mystery about that.
No mystery at all. He keeps it in the cupboard over there.
There's nothing in the prescription that has any medicinal value whatever.
That's not true. The doc says it's making me better.
Mr. Sweeney,
No, I
please.
ain't going to stay here and listen to your lies. No, sir.
Mr. Sweeney!
Hi there, how's your nose?
What do you mean by that?
Well, when you left this morning, it seemed a little out of joint.
Oh. The only thing out of joint around here is your sense of humor. Anything in the mail?
Usual bills. And a letter for Dr. Griffin from her father.
Oh, ho, ho. Been using the old steam kettle again, eh?
It's right there on the outside of the envelope.
Member of the New York Stock Exchange. She must be stinking rich.
Don't worry, the condition's not contagious. Besides, it's not true. I never had to go barefoot or anything, but my father did have to work for a living. Now, why don't you come inside for a real surprise? Surprise! Surprise! What's the matter, Tim? Haven't you ever seen an X-ray machine before?
Where did that come from?
I bought it. From me to you.
Well, you must be crazy. You don't think I'll hold still for that, do you?
Well, why not?
Because I don't accept gifts from women.
Doctor, I'm not giving you a set of new golf clubs. This is a piece of equipment that can benefit your patients. It's very simple. You couldn't afford it. I could, so I bought it.
It may come as a surprise to you, but there are other ways of helping people than with your bank book.
Oh, don't be so pig-headed.
I'm not a charity case.
Okay. If I offended your masculine pride, then you can pay for it yourself.
I'm not one of your rich friends, doctor. That would take me a lifetime to pay off.
Not if you get any more cases like Mr. Sweeney.
What's that supposed to mean?
I checked the prescription. It's absolutely useless.
You didn't tell him that, did you?
Well, I didn't mean to, but...
Once and for all, will you stop meddling in my life?
Dr. Newley, I was trying to treat a patient. Now, if you have any more special secrets about your patients, I suggest you tell me now, or we're going to find it very difficult to work together.
That's one problem we can solve very easily.
Where are you going?
See Amos Sweeney, and when I come back, I want all these improvements out of here.
Does that include me, Doctor?
I'll think about it.
You all right, dear?
Emma, what do you know about Mr. Sweeney?
Well, when his wife died about 4 months ago, Amos took it pretty hard. Then one day the doctor drove out to his farm and found Amos contemplating a shotgun, as if he had a mind to follow her. Doctor's been treating him ever since.
For what?
Loneliness. Oh, of course, that's not what he told Amos. He's a proud old cuss.
Tim made up an ailment so he'd have to come in once a week.
They just sat and talked for a couple of hours. I guess the doctor's about the only contact Amos has with the outside world.
There are some things they don't teach you in Harvard Medical School.
Don't take it too hard, dear. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's about time Amos faced up to things and started the business of living again.
Dr. Newley was right. I'm out of place here.
She's gone.
Gone?
Well, do you blame her after the way you treated her?
Okay. Maybe I was a little bit rough on her, but it was partly her fault. Women just don't know when to
Oh,
stop.
come on, Tim. That's not why you lost your temper, and you know it.
No, I don't. But I have an idea that you're going to tell me.
You're attracted to her, and you're sore because you think you may be too old. So you took it out on her. Save your breath, Tim. I have eyes.
All right. Let's just suppose that that's true. Is that any reason for her to run off like... I mean, it is just so typical. These liberated women can't wait to be treated as equals, and then when they are, all they can do is act like emotional females. All right, I bawled her out. Is that any reason for her to overreact like this?
Did it ever occur to you that she might be half stuck on you, too? Look, there's no accounting for taste.
Which way was she headed?
I told her to take the shortcut, the old Eastern Shore Road.
That's a shortcut?
You better get going if you want to catch her.
trouble?
If this is a shortcut, I'd hate to take the long way.
You'd better get in.
Why?
I made a mistake.
Well, that's hard to believe.
When I spoke to you this morning, I may have been less than fair.
Are you trying to say you want me to come back?
No, no, no. What I'm saying is that it looks like I'm stuck with you for a while. Now, my views haven't changed at all. I don't think a woman can handle this job, and frankly, I don't think you'll last a month, no matter how pretty you are, or how much money you've got, but I do think you deserve a chance. I wouldn't blame you if you quit right now, but if you'd like to come back and give it a try, I'll go along with it.
Let's go. Did you send the equipment back yet?
No, I thought I might buy that from you.
Oh,
$20 a week?
it's a deal.
May take a while to pay it off.
Oh, I'll be around.
I might have known. You're one of those women who cannot resist a challenge.
That's not the only reason I'm staying. There's one event I wouldn't miss for the world.
What's that?
Taking out your stitches.
Al, that's our last show for tonight.
Hey, you want to know which one I like best?
No, I don't. Just say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night to you, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly hope you enjoyed tonight's NBC world premiere movie.